Section 12.5, subtracting polynomials. You didn't really expect them to add and then not subtract, did you? So, of course, we got to do subtraction here. All right, so let's talk about how we would do this with these polynomials. So let's take a look at this first example here. And we've got the equation 7a plus 5 minus the polynomial 3a plus 4. Now, what we are subtracting is not just 3a. We are subtracting this whole quantity from that. So we've got to understand that. We've got to understand that we're taking away the whole thing. So if we rewrite, now we've been adding, so we just rewrote and put everything in, 7a plus 5, but now it's going to be minus 3a plus 4. So let's think of it, just do, for now, let's just kind of think about it without that. All right, so 7a minus 3a. Hey, that's 4a. All right, so that's not bad. Now think of it without this. 5 minus, don't forget the minus, 4. 5 minus 4, 1. So together, that would be 4a plus 1. So that's my difference between those two terms. Okay? Or let's go over to the next one, number 2. 5x squared plus 3x plus 4 minus the quantity 3x squared minus 2. And if we put them horizontally, notice that there's no x term, so we're going to leave this part blank right here. And we are subtracting. So, once again, let's make it easy. Let's forget this, because this is kind of confusing if we got too much stuff here for now. 5x squared minus 3x squared is 2x squared. I think that's not too bad. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. The next part, you've got 3x. Well, guess what? There's nothing else there, so that's just 3x. That's easy enough. And then the last one, you've got, now let's go back. I want to erase this, get this out of here so we don't think about it. And we're looking at just this part. 4 minus negative 2. So 2 negatives in a row. 4 minus a negative would mean it's going to be add a positive, and we're going to get 6. So that term is going to give me 6. Whoa, that's kind of a weird eraser. Try it this way. All right, so there's my final answer, 2x plus 3x plus 6. Now, there's another way you can do this. If you recall back when we first talked a long time ago about subtracting, you can add in what is known as the additive inverse. Anytime that you subtract, you're going to add in the additive inverse, or in other words, you're going to add in the opposite, is what they're trying to tell you. You can do the same thing with polynomials. If you want to add or subtract a polynomial, you can add its additive inverse, and the way that you do that is you find the opposite of every term. And truthfully, I think this is almost simpler than what we were doing, so I kind of like this. So if we've got this polynomial, x plus 5, there's two terms, the x and the 5, and we do the opposites, negative x and negative 5. So here's my additive inverse. I just changed the sign on everything. That's all I have to do. So I have x plus 5. I got to make negative x minus 5. On the other one, I've got negative x squared minus 4x plus 2. I'm just changing the sign. This is going to be a plus. This is going to be a plus. This is going to be a minus. So it's going to be x squared plus 4x minus 2. Now, the reason that you would do that is so that that takes care of the subtracting part, and then you can go back to adding. So that's sometimes why we're going to add that, do it this way, if that makes it simpler. So here it says, find 4x plus 9 minus 7x minus 2, and we're going to use the additive inverse. So for now, just take this part right here, and let's do the additive inverse of that. So we want to do, instead of subtracting, we want to add, but we're going to add all the opposite signs. Okay, so this is going to be negative, that's going to be positive. So it's going to be, instead of subtracting, you could add negative 7x plus 2. That's the additive inverse. Okay, so if I take 4x plus 9, and I now add negative 7x plus 2, my additive inverse of the other one. If I take these terms together, 4x and negative 7x, I'm going to get negative 3x. And if I take the 9 and the 2, I'm going to get plus 11. So I'm going to get negative 3x plus 11. That's my final answer. All right, let's take a look at, a little too far. Come on, get out of the way. Okay, so find the next one. 6y squared minus 5 minus negative 3y plus 4. Let's do additive inverse. So I'm going to, instead of subtracting, I'm now going to add. This is going to be positive, this is going to be negative. That's all I'm doing. I just changed those signs. Got to change all of them. So let's rewrite 6y squared minus 5 plus 3y minus 4. And if I want to do it in terms of, horizontally, 6y squared, there's no x term, or no just y term, so I would skip that and put a minus 5. This would be 3y minus 4. I don't think I would normally do this one this way, but that's how they did it. So we would add 6y squared plus 3y, negative 5 and negative 9, or 4 makes negative 9. So 6y squared plus 3y minus 9. All right, I want you to try these two. All right, so if we're going to do this, 5p plus 3, let's do the additive inverse. What if I make that parenthesis the other way around? 3. So I'm going to add in the opposites. Negative 12p plus 8. 5p and negative 12p would be negative 7p. And then 3 and 8 gives me 11. Okay? Over here on the next one, once again, let's make it plus, and let's change all those. Negative 2x squared plus 7x plus 1. This looks like a good one to line up. So let's go negative 2x squared plus 7x plus 1. X squared, that's a 1. Minus 2x would give me a negative 1, or negative x squared, plus 1x. Negative 6 and 7 is negative, or is positive 1, so just x, plus 5. So negative x squared plus x plus 5. I want you to do a couple more here. So let's go to right here. And I want you to do these, 7 through 10. Do those problems in your notes, 7 through 10. All right, so hopefully if you did those, you should have gotten on this one 5p plus 3. On this one, you would get x squared plus no x's in between, minus 4, minus 5. On number 9, 5n minus 3n would be 2n squared. N minus 2n would be negative n. And negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. If I make a mistake, let me know. On the next one, r squared minus 2r squared would be negative r squared. R plus r would be plus 2r. And negative 1 minus 2 would be negative 3. So negative r squared plus 2r minus 3. Now, I would imagine I would see in your notes a little more work than what I did there, but I just wanted to give you the right answers so you can make sure you got them right. All right, you ready to go on?